Hey there, everyone. I'm Todd Nauck. Welcome to the Art of Todd Nauck show here on Facebook. Today's art broadcast is part 2 of a new feature I started yesterday called the Character Mashup Challenge. Todd Nauck's Character Mashup Challenge, where I've asked y'all to, yesterday I asked y'all to post one character's name. And of all the characters that were suggested, I randomly picked 2. So hopefully y'all got a chance to see part 1, the episode 18 yesterday, so that you could see the line art come together and see which 2 characters were revealed. For those of y'all that missed it, I'll let you know the 2 characters that were picked. First off was randomly chosen Manny Faces by Rich M. Rich M suggested Manny Faces. His was randomly chosen. Masterverse, good guy, has 3 different faces: human, monster, and robot. And then the second character that was randomly chosen was CW's Killer Frost from the CW show The Flash. Josh S. suggested Killer Frost. So these 2 characters I've had figured out a way to mash up. So I did that. I figured that out. And incorporating different elements of both characters, I came up with this. This is the line art. A character I'm calling Frosty Faces. So, so now it's time to do the Copic color. So I wanted to get right on this and make sure I didn't let too much time lag between the previous broadcasts so that we could get the color artwork done here for Frosty Faces. So we're going to just crack into this and kind of get going right onto the color art. I'll do my best to answer your questions while I draw or color here in this regard. You're going to use the Copic sketch markers, and so feel free to post. I'll do my best to respond if I can, when I can, as I'm coloring. And then hopefully there'll be time to do a Q&A towards the end of the show. So, gang, I want to say thanks so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out, and let's have some fun. So let's see. So we'll start with we'll start with Killer Frost's face. So she's got very, very, very pale skin and whitish hair. So I'm going to utilize my lightest colored cool grays. Please show my Copic collection. Well, here are my grays. These are all my grays. And then here are my colors. I have some more off in another bucket, but I don't utilize those as much right now. So these are the ones I use the most. So starting with some Cool Gray 00 to start off with here. So it's going to be very light starting off. We want to make sure we maintain that very pale skin tone for her. So you can barely see that right now. But I'll come in with some darker shades as we go. So just her face, her neck, and her hands are the only exposed flesh parts. Let's come in with some cool 0 now. Start to sculpt in more of her features. I should put a Santa's hat on her. If someone had suggested Santa Claus and Manny Faces. That's a fun suggestion. Definitely keeping in theme with the holidays. So let me see. Let me try to zoom the camera in here a little more closely so you can see more of the detail on the face there. Let's see, let's come up to some cool gray 1. Just getting a little darker. So I started light and then I just keep darkening, darkening, darkening for the places where I'd want stronger shadows. You're watching in Burbank where they do Supergirl? You work on the Supergirl TV show? Are you kidding me? That's awesome. I think I'm 3 or 4 episodes behind on Supergirl, but it is the one superhero show that I've actually been able to keep up with the most of all the superhero shows. But I need to get caught up on my latest episodes of Supergirl. Oh, you're working the visual effects, right on. That's awesome. So I'm going to try coming in with just a little bit of E000 here, because there is a bit of a flesh tone to, or a bit of a Caucasian tone, I should say, to her skin tone. It's not just purely white. There's actually a little bit of a peach color in there. So I'm just working this, what do they call this color? Pale fruit pink. So working some of this pale fruit pink, which peach I think might fall under that category, in over the grays. Just the grays. I want to leave the white part untouched. Really want a lot of white in her face to really convey that paleness. Am I watching the crossovers? No, not watching the CW superhero crossovers. I have not seen any of Arrow or Legends of Tomorrow, and I haven't watched much of The Flash yet. So probably have to catch all that on Netflix. I'm so far behind, unfortunately. It's just hard to keep up. I can barely keep up with my comic book reading. It's almost impossible to keep up with the TV shows. At least with comics, I get 1 month to read a comic before I have to read the next one. TV shows, they come even faster and more furious. So there you can see she's got a very pale, peachy skin tone. All right, so let's come back in with these cool grays to start to gray, put in some texture to her hair, color to her hair. Oh, you like the idea of my mashup challenge? You'd love to see more of these from time to time? Definitely. This has been fun to do. I do plan to do more. So stay tuned to my Art of Todd Nauck Facebook page for when I send out the call for people's suggestions. There'll be a specific post, and then people will reply to that post. You can see that post. The post is still up from from yesterday, so you can kind of see how it works and how the rules work, so you can see how it goes. So don't take any suggestions beforehand. It's all in that one post. So you want to make sure you're tuned in and subscribe to my channel so that or to my Facebook page so that you can ensure that my posts end up in your feed on Facebook. Or I think you can also set it to get notifications. So if you want to even go that far, to ensure that you don't miss out on when the next character mashup challenge. So now I've jumped to this from the C0, Cool Gray 0 to Cool Gray 2. I'm going to put some of this Cool Gray 2 around her eyes. A little bit more. Shadow them out. Kind of that smoky eye sort of look. All right, so now I want to come in with a little light blue, some B000, just to really give a icy flavor to her hair. So just gently adding some blue here. Even some blue around her eyes as well for that eye makeup effect. Very subtle. All right, so let's see, let's take care of her lips here. So looking at our photo reference, she has kind of a darkish shade of lips there. I can't tell if that's kind of a bluish, purplish, reddish color. Have I met my evil artist twin, Todd Nauck? No, I haven't met him yet. We have yet to face off. I'm preparing for the day that I have to encounter my evil twin, Todd Nauck. It's not going to be pretty. There goes my alarm again. That's probably going to happen every 9 minutes. Ugh. Have I ever tried chameleon marker pens? No, I have not. I have not tried those. I think I've heard about them once before, but have not tried them. So coming in with a little darker gray here, some cool gray 3, just to create a little more depth. A little more body in the hair there. Okay, so we're working on the lips here. So let's start off. Let's kind of give them start off with a BV25. It's blue. Her lips are blue. Is that what I'm hearing here? Lips are blue. Thanks, gang. Yeah, my photo reference here is a little digitized, so it's kind of hard to tell with the pixelization there. So if they're blue, let's not stray from that. So starting with a little B12. Oh yeah, blue is definitely the way to go. What color are her eyes? Do y'all know that? I'm assuming her eyes are blue. Little B14. And a little, little B45, just to darken it up a bit. Just very light touches here, very light touches. A little darker on the upper lip because the light's not hitting it quite as directly. Eyes turn white. Okay, well then I'll just go with a really light blue then for her eyes. Little B01. Because here in this reference, we see there is a bit of a color to her eyes. A B12. I can always go darker if I need. This is our holding pattern for her eyes. Okay. Oh, I forgot there's a part of her upper chest here is exposed. So put a little cool gray 1 through here. And a little bit of that E000. And there we go. All right, so next up, let's start working on her armor. And that's going to be shades of blue and purple. So we'll start off with, let me pull up my Manny Faces reference. So we got the color blue, then we got these purple parts, purple, blue, blue, purple. So we're going to work on all the blue parts first. So starting off with a light shade first. I'm going to leave some parts open because we're going to have a frost-bitten armor here. So I'm going to fill in those parts with some gray so it looks a little more frosty. What comics do I have in my pull list? Let's see. Man, what comics do I have in my pull list? X-Men and Spider-Man books, Avengers books, Invincible. Just now getting back into reading, getting caught up on DC. So really getting into Blue Beetle. And though I think I'm an issue behind on that. And I'm way behind on my Walking Dead reading. What are some of the books in y'all's pull list? So now a darker shade of blue here. The B12, or B14, B14. Oops, hopefully I wasn't too far off the... pull list is your list of comics that your comic shop will pull for you. Books that you want to collect to ensure that you don't miss an issue. So you subscribe to certain... You tell your comic shop which books you want to quote-unquote subscribe to, and whenever that book comes out each month, it'll automatically be in a box for you, so you don't have to worry about getting to the comic shop and it being sold out. So that's what a pull list means. Do I know when I can read comics online too? Did I know I can read comics online too? Exactly, definitely. Oh, absolutely. Comixology? For sure. In fact, my last two miniseries were done as digital first series. Amazing Spider-Man and Silk, Spiderfly Effect, and Deadpool Too Soon. We're all digital firsts. So yeah, definitely know that you can read comics digitally. Absolutely. In fact, I read a lot of my comics. When I read my comics digitally, usually it's on a flight. When I'm flying out for a convention or something like that. Make sure I have a crop of comics on my devices so I can read on the plane without having to lug a bunch of comics onto the flight. What were the Spider-Man comics I did? Oh my gosh, I've worked on a lot of Spider-Man series. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Spider-Man The Real Clone Saga miniseries, different backup stories for Amazing Spider-Man, including the Barack Obama Spider-Man team-up from 8 years ago. Now we'll be 4 or 5 here. Let's see. Did an issue of Spectacular Spider-Man. Did issue of Spider-Man Deadpool coming out later this month, issue number 12. So it's hard to remember all the different Spider-Man comics I've worked on because I've done a lot of Spider-Man work the past 10 years. But if you go to comicsdb.com and you look me up, I think they have a pretty comprehensive list of all the different Spider-Man comics I've done. That'd probably be the easiest way to track them all down. Do I ever do any digital inking? No, I don't do any inking digitally. I don't really do any drawing digitally at the moment, but I look forward to finding some time to experiment with some of the drawing tablets and see if I can incorporate some digital art in my work process. So, not opposed to it, just haven't had a chance to really delve into it and get proficient at it. But I like what can be done, or what I've seen people do, so I'd like to learn some of that. Okay, so that takes care of our blues for the most part for the moment. Now we need to work in the purple parts. So going with a little V04. Oh, and I was using some B12 to kind of blend some of that all in together there, if I didn't mention that. So keeping some white spots open for some frostbite. On her armor. Yeah, I've tried doing a little drawing with the iPad Pro and the Procreate app. I've noodled with that a little bit in the Apple Store. It's interesting. It's interesting. Also want to try experimenting with the Surface Pro 4 and the Cintiq Companion 2 as well before I make my final choice. I hear the Surface Pro 4 and the Cintiq Companion 2 can run more programs than the iPad Pro, so that has me curious. See. That's right. Us old timers do prefer paper and ink. So now a little V06. Little V06. Oops, sorry about that. If I was off the screen. All right, there we go. All right, so let's see. Next up is the gun. So he has an orange gun, so we're going to stick with the orange just to give this some crazy color. But it's her frost gun, so I definitely want to leave a lot of space open for frosting up the gun barrel. So that was a little YR12. Come in with some little YR16. And let's come in with some YR27. just for some darker shades in here. Do I have anywhere someone can email or mail to have a critique done? Do you mean to have me critique your art? Is that what you're referring to? Is there a place where you can send art to have me critique it? If that's what you're asking, unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. I get a lot of requests to critique art, and it's so many requests that I don't have. It would become a full-time job. So unfortunately, I'm not able to give. It's very rare for me to give art critiques. So now coming in with some cool zero, just because I get so many requests for it. It breaks my heart that I can't do it. But if you're ever at a convention, feel free to come by my table and see if I'm available to give a quick critique there in person. So, so now I'm working this cool gray into here to start giving her armor a frosty feel. A little bit, just a little bit. Just step one of the process of frosting up her armor. Let's see, and then a little light blue, B00. Working that over the gray. Okay, and then for her leather costume here, I'm going to come in with some neutral grays. What kind of brand of marker do I use? I use Copic sketch markers. I'm using some neutral gray number 4 right now to start off with. Just going to work this in from the black area into the white. Still leaving some of the white of the leather showing. Okay, now I want to go a little darker here with a neutral gray 5. How long do you let the ink dry before adding the marker? Usually I give it maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. This one had pretty much full 24 hours before I've come in here to add the marker, since I did the line art last night for last night's broadcast. So let's say anywhere between 15 minutes or longer. Fortunately, Micron and Pentel Pocket Brush Pen dry pretty fast. Well, thank you for the kind words, gang. Glad you're liking what you're seeing. Do I do practice pieces to make sure the Copics blend nicely, or have, oh, I'm sorry, it's so long I can't read the whole question. But essentially, do I do practice pieces? Sometimes if I'm trying a new color combination, yeah, I'll do it on a separate piece of paper before committing to the actual art to make sure that it will give me the desired effect. So I'll just kind of blend some neutral gray with some yellow and see if that gives me the desired color combo. Does that color combo give the desired effect or third color that I'm looking for? All right, so that's so looking at her costume, it's kind of got this grayish, but there's a little bit of a turquoise in there. So I'm going to add some turquoise to these grays. So I'm going to add, so that was neutral grays 4 and 5, and now I'm going to come in with some blue gray BG32, BG32 to capture more of the look of her costume. So just blending this right on top of those other colors. I'm going to go a little darker in some areas, so we're going to go to the BG34. Do you group drawings? I'm not sure what it means to group a drawing. I haven't heard that term before. Group draw. Do you group drawings? Feel free to post a little bit more there to kind of educate me on what it means to group drawings. Like, do I collect drawings into like a booklet or something? Like I have a sketchbook. That's one way I've grouped my drawings. Or if you're asking, do I draw group drawings like a group of characters? Maybe that's what you're asking? If you're asking, do I draw groups of characters? Oh yeah. Yeah, I've done lots of team books. Done lots of team books like Young Justice, Teen Titans. So yeah, definitely draw groups of characters. Love drawing groups of characters. Absolutely. Wild Guard, my creator-owned series, Wild Guard. Lots of heroes. So there we go. So now we're kind of capturing some of that grayish, bluish, greenish color. So let's come in with some darker gray here. Some cool gray 5. And start to shadow out some parts of her armor here, just to give a little more depth. Oh, thanks for the kind words about my Nightcrawler run. I loved working on Nightcrawler. That was a really fun year working with Chris Claremont on that series. work some of this cool gray in through her blaster as well. Pull some of that cool gray, this dark cool gray in the hair and around the neck area, just to create a little depth of this enormous Manny Faces style collar over her there. All right, so let's see. I talked about doing a little power effect yesterday, so let's add that here. I use my little light blue pencil here to kind of draw in a energy burst pattern. You can barely see that, but I just want it real light so I can come in here and just gives me a guideline. If I come to Emerald City Comic Con 2017, may you bring a few things like your Nightcrawler issues for me to sign? Or would that be too many? No, people are welcome to bring their Nightcrawler runs. I'm happy to sign those, more than happy. Thanks for picking up all 12 issues. Yeah, I haven't finalized my 2017 convention schedule yet, so stay tuned to toddnauck.com for info there. Not sure if I'll be at Emerald City this year, but never know what might happen between now and then. But if I am there, please definitely bring your Nightcrawler comics. Some little frost flakes popping off of her gun there. So that was the B01. Now it's the B000. Just to get things, just to kind of pull from the bright blue into the white here. Any Texas cons anytime soon? Not yet. Not anytime soon. Pretty much the convention season has slowed down here for the end of the year. I really don't do any cons through December. But if you want me at your local Texas con, let your con promoter know if you'd like to see me there as a guest. And they can reach out to me via my website to contact me to see if I'd be available to attend their show. A little more frost spots around there. All right, so now let's put in a little bit of a background element here. Let's see if hopefully my blacks are charged enough. So I'm using my straight edge here. To give Frosty Faces a little backdrop to help her pop off the page a smidge. Okay. Will I use the colorless blender to give her power effect, make her power effect more blurred? Yeah. In fact, I probably will use that here a little bit. Let me just fill in this black area. Yeah, the colorless blender, I don't really use it for blending my colors because I think the Copics blend better for at least my style of coloring without the blender, but I do like using the blender for certain effects. And ice effects, it can really come in handy. Also like to use it for space effects. Just mostly use it for different visual elements, more so than blending. But like I said, that's just for my style of Copic application. Other artists' styles and approaches may vary, and they might use the colorless blender a lot more frequently, and for their blending of the colors. All right, a lot of focus goes in here to make sure I get the halo just right. Have it break up around the ice effect there. So where's my colorless blender? Hopefully it's got a good charge on it. So you can kind of come in here and schmooze around the color, blur parts of it. Yeah, I think this might need a refill. Yeah. I think my colorless blender is pretty dry. It's not really giving me the effects as strongly as I would like. So I'm going to need to get, I think I need to get a new refill bottle of colorless blender and punch that up. Okay, so let's create a windswept snow effect here using the Uniball Signo white gel pen. Just to kind of break up the black box here a bit. Put some little sparkles through here. Snow energy sparkles. That's a key power here to Frosty Faces. Snow energy sparkles. She's also an 80s toy, I believe. I think she was Friends with Rainbow Bride or something like that. Snow Energy Sparkles. It was a line they were trying to get going. It didn't test well with kids. I don't know why. But, you know, it's history, so can't make this stuff up. See, use this to highlight some of the buttons on her bustier here. Maybe a little bit on the seams as well, if necessary. Okay, and then for down here, by her legs, the fade here, I kind of faded the marker, but I want to fade it even more. So to make it look A little more windswept. Same angle as these here. See, this might be running out of ink. I might need to grab a new one. Let's see if I can get a new one here. Nope. Where are my art supplies? Oh, that's strange. I thought I had some more here. Oh, there they are. Separate box. So, sorry about that. Welcome back. Yeah, there we go. Getting much more vibrant. Vibrant lines. Okay, and little Pentel Presto erase or yeah, correction fluid here. To create some more effects here. It's more of those energy snow sparkles. Pull some of that power signature up into the black there. Sweep down, sweep the leg here, Karate Kid style. Dot some in, then and kind of smear it a little bit. For that frostbitten effect. Just kind of punching it up a little bit. I'm just using my finger to dab it. So a little bit right there, then dab, 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 dab. Some more bigger snowflakes here. Maybe a little dab. Just to kind of give it more of a snowflakey shape. Maybe little snowflakes going over her costume. So just using a whiteout technique here just to kind of punch things up a little bit, just give it a little extra detail, but don't want it to overpower the image. So let's pull back here. Take a look at the finished product. There we go. Frosty faces. Let me put my autograph on here across the bottom. Today is December 9th, I believe. There we go. Frosty Faces, all colored up. So let me flip the camera around here and we can chat a little bit. I'll see if I can answer a few more questions. All right, pardon my hand there. Sorry about that, gang. Let me plug back into the rig. And let's see what we can... What kind of whiteout was that? That was the Pentel Presto Jumbo Correction Pen. They're just kind of hard to come by. Or at least they were a few years ago, and I bought like a ton of them because they were so hard to find. I didn't know if they were going to stop making them, so I bought like a dozen or so of these. Did I set up my Christmas tree? Yes, I did. I posted one of the ornaments that is up on my Christmas tree right now, something a fan made for me. She made me a cross-stitched Deadpool Christmas decoration. It's on my Twitter and my Instagram. She did an awesome job. So this, by being my first year to work on Deadpool. Spider-Man trailer, yay or nay? I don't know. I have not watched it, and here's why. I stopped watching movie trailers of movies I really want to see with Star Wars The Force Awakens. After I watched the teaser trailer, that Chewie We're Home trailer, I was like, it was just like so emotionally powerful. I thought, how much more powerful would that have been if I'd seen it for the first time in the movie? So from that moment on, I stopped watching movie trailers. You don't have to convince me to see a Star Wars movie, a Marvel superhero movie, Spider-Man. I'm already going to go see it. You don't have to sell me on it. So I just stopped watching trailers. So when I went to see like Doctor Strange, Captain America Civil War, everything was brand new to me. Nothing, I didn't know anything from trailers. I had no preconceived notions or expectations. So it made it really fun because everything was a brand new image. So Rogue One, I have not seen a single trailer for it. When a commercial comes on TV, my wife and I scramble for the remote going la 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 la. We avert our eyes. We started singing Yabba Dabba Doo, so we cannot see or hear anything from the trailer. We get really weird looks when we do that at restaurants, though. You know, like at a sports bar, that we get really weird looks. But hey, we don't want anything spoiled for us. So so I haven't seen the Spider-Man trailer. I have seen a few still images posted, and I'd prefer not to see those. But you know, you see it, and what are you gonna do? But I love Tom Holland in Civil War as Spider-Man, and I'm sure, I feel fairly confident that his solo movie, Homecoming, will probably be pretty awesome as well. So thanks for the question, and yeah, I hope y'all are enjoying the trailer. Just know that I probably won't see the trailer until after I see the movie. So I guess I have about 9 months before I get a chance to see the trailer and can speak on it, because the movie doesn't come out till next July. Let's see, do I have more action figures? Yes, I do. Far more than just these 6 right here, including my Kitty Pryde Pop Funko. Let's see, I got my Booster Gold action figure right here. I need to find a place to set him up. I got Kitty Pryde and the Marvel Select Colossus. I need to display those somewhere. Oops. I'm destroying my workspace here. And I got so many other action figures in storage that I need to find a good place to display them. Nightcrawler 2 coming as like a sequel to the series that Claremont and I did in 2014. No plans right now, but feel free to email the X-Men editors to say we want more Claremont and Nauck Nightcrawler. And if they see that there's a big enough audience for it, maybe they'll ask us to come back. But no plans at this moment. Am I going to do any more mystery art challenges? Oh yeah, I'm good friends with Tony G-Man Guerrero of Comic Vine. I am one of his regulars for Mystery Art Challenge. Right now, I think I hold the record for the most mystery art challenges for Comic Vine. My latest one that I did during New York Comic Con is on Comic Vine right now, so make sure you swing by there and watch it. It's Darth Vader and Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. That's the latest one. Right now, it's been a contest between Peter Nguyen and I just surpassed him this year. To now take the lead for the most mystery art challenges. So I'm the most mystery art challenged artist on Comic Vine today. Gang, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Thanks for all the great questions. Great, did I say great? Oh my gosh. Great questions? Great questions. Great questions. Like I said, people, working without Annette. Annette never shows up to the studio to help me out with these things. She's supposed to hold the cue cards. She's supposed to help produce this thing, and so I'm always working without Annette. Annette never shows up. I still don't know why I haven't fired her yet. But I want to say thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for supporting my art. And stick around to my social media to see, I'll post Frosty Faces on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr probably. So follow me on any or all of those. I suggest all. Why not just follow me on all of them to make sure you don't miss anything? And if you're watching this on YouTube, link in the description below to see this finished piece. I want to say thanks so much, everyone. I hope you all have a great weekend, and stay tuned for more episodes of the Todd Nauck Show here on the Facebook channel or Facebook fan page, and probably more character mashup challenges. And I can't do character mashup challenges without you, so be ready for when I post to invite y'all to post your character suggestion, and then we'll randomly see which 2 characters get picked to make something like this. So this has been a 2-part episode where we took Manny faces from Masters of the Universe, the CW's Killer Frost, to make Frosty faces. And there we go. What more can be said? Gangs, thanks so much. And that's it. We're done. I hope you have a great night, great weekend, and I'll see you again hopefully real soon. All the best, everybody. Bye-bye.